Hey guys, welcome to the last community spotlight session of Open Web Foundry 6. We have some really good projects here today that I'm really excited for you guys to see. And then we also have demo day on March 31st. So everybody put that in your calendars. We're going to start sending out invitations soon, and we'd really like to have everybody there. But without further ado, let's just kick it off and get it started. So first, we'll start with Derek, who's building an application for trading and processing satellite data on Arweave. So Derek, if you could just slide a little bit more to the left on top of that orange, there you go, perfect. And then you can go ahead and share your screen and we can get started. Perfect.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So, hi, nice to meet all of you here. We are from sorry, probably not the right. Yeah. So we are from DLTO. We are a startup that is currently incubated in European Space Agency Business Incubator Center, Austria, which is a very long name. What we are doing is actually we call ourselves a knowledge file protocol for the satellite data derivative trading and processing. The derivative is, by our definition, is the secondary data product that's originated from the raw data, satellite data. So the reason we came up with this idea was back in few years ago, actually, in 2018, when everybody was talking about how to get the asteroids back to the Earth and do the space mining and everything. And at that time, that everybody was talking about how great the space is, and the reality is we couldn't even figure out how to explain and how to get the value out of the data that already exists on the planet. And there are so many companies and so many projects that are doing this, building satellites, transmitting images to the ground, and store there like a golden mine that no one wants to figure it out. That is because actually the whole industry process chain is like super long. You might think that at the beginning the space thing is super sexy, but in the reality is it's like a real estate market that if you want to buy data, you have to find the right data supplier and negotiate with them, find the right data processor, and customize what you need, and they will spend like a few months to figure out what you want to build and do this kind of customized project for you. And in the end, it's like buying a house, super pain in the ass, and you pay like 600K for and plus 6 months to get one small piece of analyze, which should be done easily from our point of view. So here we come to solve the issue that existing in the Web 2 and still not fixed at the moment. So when we think about the whole concept of how to get the data trading and processed, we came to the ideology of the ownership economy. So according to the definition, the ownership economy is actually the Web3 industry should be built, operated, contributed, and owned by the users. And the issue of Web2 was that the main platforms or the big companies took too much value from the entire processing chain, and the normal people, individuals, or the real content creators didn't get paid as they should deserve. And that's the reason that the ownership economy should change, because we want to build sort of like a new relationships of the value distribution. So from this ideology, we came up to divide the market into 4 categories. So for example, in the satellite market, a satellite data market, we have the data provider, the computation provider, and developer community, and the end user. The developer community here is actually for the data, for the algorithms and data mining and AI stuff, not the developer that we're talking about for the crypto. and then we think that it is better for them to cooperate with each other smoothly without knowing who they are dealing with, and therefore we start to build a new decentralized application on Arviv, which looks like this one. So in the new journey of the data provider is not selling the raw data; they are renting the data as an NFT, and we put the NFT on Arviv and using the smart contract built by us. So the computation provider provide the computation, and the developer community can contribute their algorithms. And once their algorithms are used by other people, they will get token rewards as incentive. And once everything is done, the end user can buy the data products that's already designed for them and customized right away. It's like you click and buy some stuff on Amazon. It's simple and easy. So when the smart contract process the data set into the secondary data product, they put it on Arviv again and transfer through the smart contracts. So overall, our platform looks like this. We are a AI-run, community-driven, decentralized app for the Earth observation, which is satellite data derivative and training and processing. And from Web3 point of view, we are a marketplace for NFT-ized data algorithms and computation. And this is a quite special NFT place that's not like art. Our technology remains can make sure that the data remains encrypted during the whole process from the beginning to the end, which means everyone can process the data without decryption. That is sort of like a revolutionary technology that has not been used previously. So by the new design, we built this kind of ownership economy for developers, community, and the computation provider. So everybody can make money and get fair shares through the new Web3 economy. So what they can do more precisely is like this. The data provider traded the secondary data products on NFT marketplace. They do auctions, and they can upload the data to AR. And the computation provider, they just earn tokens by contributing their computation resources to the network, and the token they will get a token as a return. And the developer community is the same. They upload their data mining models, and if their data mining models is used by other people, they get tokens as a reward. And end user, they just pay and get what they want much more easily. So I would say if we use the buzzwords, it's like X to earn. For the developer community, they code once and earn forever. For the computation provider, it's like plug to earn. You plug your computer, you plug your PC to the network and earn forever. It's like a scavenger hunt. Yeah, this is like the short idea of what we are doing. And we have a few steps. Obviously, we are using the Arviv for storage layer. We are building the special NFT marketplace, private enhanced technologies, extra on the Arviv at the moment. And in the next stage, we're looking into the layer 2 solutions on top of the smart wave. So let me show you a quick demo, which is not finished yet. So you can see how it looks like when you choose, for example, like there is the data set and from which time, and you do search, you can see there are some options as that you can visualize it. And when you do the visualization, you just choose which one, and you see the picture or the other data format in a visualization way. Then you upload it to the Arviv using this interface. And once it is there, you can see there are some sort of like an NFT, which is data set already listed on your marketplace. And you click, there are trading and transactions that you can make, and everything is just simple as sort of like Uniswap. Yeah, this is what we are getting there, and it apparently needs a lot of work afterwards. So sorry. So we are also currently looking for fundraising, and we are also looking for different people contributing to the project. If there's anyone that is interested, and if you are interested, you can contact us through this ways. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, Derek.
Thanks, Derek.
I have to say, I didn't know much about satellite data
trading,
trading, but I'm glad that somebody is working on it. And yeah, that UI looks really good. So congrats. Really excited to see where this goes. Yeah, thank you very much. Next up, we'll have Ryan, and Ryan is building Usher, which is a Web3 referral tool to help build up decentralized communities. So Ryan, if you could just come on one of the mics here. Hey.
Hey. Awesome. Oop.
Derek, do you mind just going to the backstage there? Perfect.
Cool. Is my screen being shared?
Yeah, the Gather Town part is being shared.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let me jump into this. So we're building a tool called Usher. You can think of this like affiliate marketing for Discord servers where rewards are shared through a profit sharing community, right? So, I mean, why, right? I guess we'll start with the problem. Let's say you have an NFT project, art collection, or a crypto protocol. In my case, I made a digital art NFT collection and got a bit lost and carried away with the art and forgot the sad truth that you need distribution in order to obviously put your art out there or put any sort of project that you're working on out there. Now, immediately, I mean, we can look at using centralized social media platforms in order to, spread the project out there. But obviously that requires burning a bunch of cash, which I'm sure, like yourselves, I mean, I'm bootstrapping, so we don't have cash to burn. So what can we do, right? I think the best approach is to engage and cultivate a community for a project, right? Communities bring together like-minded people with common interests, and I think ideally, those people should have a common interest or with the project that you're working on. Communities can be established easily, through joining other communities, adding value to those communities, and bringing key people into your own community. But for consumer-facing or open protocols, and again, consumer-facing art, it needs scale, right? So it needs influence. And I was faced with a problem where I didn't have influence or a pre-existing audience to engage. So the next feasible step was to find a partner, right? So the solution for finding influencers as partners are as such, right? We have influencer marketing, which is pay-per-post effectively, which is a flat fee where the incentives are not really aligned, right? The influencer's incentive is to get paid for advertising your message and not necessarily for driving growth to your project. And if we take an approach where we partner and rev share with an influencer, which is obviously an opportunity and great in some circumstances, like having a co-founder that's an influencer or an an employee, but doesn't always work because rev share models currently in the Web3 ecosystem are manual, right? They're static. If you're creating a DAO and allocating some portion of that DAO to the influencer, it's a flat fee or a flat amount, and there's only so much equity you can allocate, right? That restriction on allocation also, creates an issue of restricted participation. In that, not everyone can simply join this process of participating in growing that community in exchange for a reward. So what we're actually looking for is something like a performance-based partnership with influencers, right? Where incentives are awarded based on the performance of the influencer, right? And whether that performance comes with driving specific action. In our case, it's Discord community growth, right? This aligns objectives, right? So objectives are aligned in that rewards are consistent for the influencer for every invite they successfully manage to execute. And for the project, it's perpetual invites through these influencers. Now, participation is also open because any influencer can simply join these performance-based partnerships. It enables the distribution to be uncapped, in that you can have any number of influencers join a pool or a performance-based reward program. And for perpetual, we see this with existing perpetual projects, right? Such as e-commerce sites, and we see affiliate marketing as the perfect example as to how this is working with the Web 2 economy. So, Amazon Associates has an open platform where people can sign up and effectively become affiliates for Amazon products, right? Rakuten, Awin, and CJ are just affiliate networks that facilitate that sort of marketing mechanism. So how did we bring that solution that exists in the Web 2 ecosystem to Web 3, where we have a trustless, global, and sometimes identity-free, space, right? How do we allocate equity to participants, to influencers, and ensure that that's baked into a smart contract, right? And the solution is Usher, right? We're effectively trying to develop a process where we're baking rev share or equity distribution into a smart contract based on the performance of that influencer, right? And in the case of Airwave, this exists through PSTs or profit sharing communities, right? An influencer can earn equity based on their performance of growing the Discord server. So I'm sorry if this wireframe is hard on the eyes, but this is effectively like a demonstration of the platform, right? When a influencer signs up, you can see in the top right corner, they can authorize a Discord account and their AR Connect wallet, and they see immediately an invite link that's dedicated to their account and an invite code for fallback validation to make sure that all the invites are associated to them. And then we see a total rewards pool, which is effectively a way for the project to allocate a capital to this reward mechanism, right? And then there's total earned rewards, total claimable rewards. The way it works, for example, with an NFT collection is that you'd want to be allocating a portion of the total outcome, assuming that the entire collection sells to this audience of influencers, and that would be considered the total reward pool. Now, that capital cannot be accessed until the collection effectively sells. So the total earned rewards is locked effectively until those milestones are reached with the sale of the collection. And then the total claimable rewards are unlocked and can be claimed by the influencer as the collection sells. Now, collection is one use case, but another use case could be, a crypto protocol looking to raise funds through some staking mechanism, and then allocating some of the raised funds to a reward pool like this. And then once reaching specific milestones, distributing this allocated funds to the influencers for supporting the growth of their project. So yeah, and there's also this list of Discord members that allows for influencers to effectively engage with some of their audience or some of the people that they've invited to maybe stimulate the community. So for any technologists, this is effectively like an architecture to the program. It's basically an integration between a Web 2 service and Airwave, right, and a Web 3 service, right? So the key things to point out here is that there's going to be technology listening to events that occur on Discord, and effectively writing those events to Airwave so that it's irrefutable, it's permanent, and it's publicly available and verifiable, right? And there's also a process of facilitating payouts to influencers too. Now, we're going to start by effectively paying out in AR to keep it all within the same ecosystem and to streamline the go-to-market strategy. But because Airwave is effectively a data layer, it's a data blockchain, and there are other blockchains that offer sad to say, a better value distribution or better economy management experience, what can be used is Redstone to effectively keep Airwave as a source of truth for data and distribute payouts to influencers through Ethereum or Polygon or any other value-centric blockchain, right? So Airwave remains imperative in this, but other chains can be integrated for managing a better user experience for payout, I guess. And that's it. I hope I explained that as well as I can. And if you'd like to contact me, my contact information is there. Is a link to the website for the NFT collection, and we have the social media accounts there if you'd like to follow. And of course, if you want to check out the repo, I mean, I was going to show a demo, but there's not enough UI for me to, just show you how to authorize with Discord. I think we know how authorizations with Web2 services work, sort of thing, and connecting wallets work. So, but it's the repo's there if you want to check it out and spin it up yourself if you're into tech. And yeah, cool.
Perfect. Thanks, Ryan. That was really interesting. Building decentralized communities is certainly not easy, and that problem has more or less been solved in Web 2 with affiliate marketing, but that obviously just doesn't really translate well into Web 3. So it's good that something like this is being built where there's incentive mechanisms in place for building communities. Okay. So next up, we're going to have our Galaxy, which is a metaverse providing licensing service to NFT creators on Arweave. So you can come up here. Perfect. You already got your screen shared. Excellent. And you can go ahead and start. Your mic is on mute, though.
Hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, so welcome to our Galaxy. I will give you a brief introduction of to our organization. So basically, we think everyone has a vision, and we try to help everyone with our community to accomplish your vision. And we run on a full blockchain democracy, and each of us has a voting right on Snapshot how to utilize our Galaxy Fund. And so today, we'll probably present you the first project of our Galaxy DAO, which is AR Galaxy. So what we are trying to do is to try to migrate the NFT in some existing storage, say IPFS, to Arweave. So we have a lot of discussions on NFTs on IPFS, but then we have a conclusion is that IPFS doesn't guarantee us that our data or NFTs doesn't get deleted. So which means like your friend put his life savings on an NFT, and the other day when he wakes up, he has nothing but just error 404 page on the website. So we have concluded 3 main reasons for people to store their NFTs on Arweave instead of IPFS, which is the permanence characteristics and decentralized characteristics, and also no recurring fees. So we have a conclusion. Having an NFT stored on Arweave is the answer for the long term. So I would like to have a very brief introduction of an NFT, because I believe not everyone is familiar with what an NFT is. So an NFT is basically a token, and it is stored on a storage. In this red box, you may see the red box below. You may see AR:structural. It means that this stored NFT or the data are sorted on Arweave. And this one, in the central box, you may see that it is written as IPFS:structural. This means that these NFT data are stored on IPFS. So if we point this data or this string into the browser, we'll get these metadata. These metadata is just a JSON file, but it has lots of information in it. For example, we will know that it is an image stored on Arweave, which is a PNG photo, and this is our Galaxy Pioneer NFT and store it on Arweave. And also, on front end, OpenSea will check our metadata and show it on the front end, showing the properties. Say, there's a smile for our Galaxy Pioneer, which is having Bitcoin hit all-time high. Okay, so we have to understand the problem is that just a few days ago, on 7th of March, over 70% of the NFTs are sorted on IPFS. So we have concluded some of the reasons, probably because NFT creators at first doesn't imagine they could gain lots of money, and they chose IPFS because IPFS is zero cost, and also uploading to Arweave costs a lot of time if you use a traditional method but not using the R bundle function. And also, if you do not know how to use the manifest function to do the mapping, it is a mess to organize the hash of the data. So currently, there are some solutions out there to bridge Arweave and IPFS, but then after listening to the YouTube presentation by Sam Williams, we know that the bridge do have some drawbacks. Say it relies on the goodwill of someone who runs the bridge because the gateway is not incentivized, and that's why it's subject to the change without prior notice. And also, you could read the little notice at the bottom. It says that only images allowed. So what we are presenting right now, AR Galaxy. So our project objective, we hope that we could do a campaign for NFT collectors to urge the NFT creators to migrate their NFTs to Arweave. So why NFT creators, right? And we can see that from my analysis, like over 90% of the collections allow the NFT creators to overwrite the base URI. So imagine like this: we all think that smart contract is immutable, right? But technically, the NFT creators allow themselves to overwrite the URI. So actually, the metadata, the image, or even how they store it, or everything could be altered. Okay. So what our AR Galaxy is trying to do, we try to provide a license service, a file comparison service, and then we present a AR Galaxy verified base URI to the NFT creators. And at last, as an incentive, we will also create AR Galaxy NFT for that collection and post it into or list it in a Metaverse gallery. So we try to create a license service. So imagine like this: whenever people try to navigate an NFT, and when he sees our AR Galaxy license, he will know that this NFT is recognized to be sorted on Arweave. And the second step we are trying to do, and is very critical, we try to do a file comparison. When we try to migrate something, say the metadata and the art piece from one storage to another, say from IPFS to Arweave, we have to make sure that these data are identical, or else even the base URI is changed, but the metadata and the art piece doesn't change. And preserving these two main elements of an NFT is the key of AR Galaxy license success. So we will have our methods, and we today I had contact new our chief operations officer. She just got on board, and we had an 8-hour phone call, and we think that it is a possible solution to do the file comparison. And then thirdly, we will at last present them the verified base URI, and we will allow the NFT creators to choose either to replace the base URI of the original collections, or to indeed open a new branded collection with our verified URI as a new collection. So at this point, you may ask, so what is the incentive for NFT creators to use AR Galaxy, right? So very simple. It's just that if you don't have this license, this NFT version means that it might be different from the original NFT after migration, just because they haven't do the file comparison. And then at the last point, we would want to stress that because we just think that migrating to RWIF is a very essential move to revolution of NFT. And that's why we think that even though an NFT creator tries to migrate his collections to RWIF with his own ways, it doesn't matter because our awareness mission is achieved. And the future NFT, all of them will be sorted on RWIF. And as an incentive to people to use our service, we will mint an NFT for that collection and list on the Metaverse Gallery. And the public are allowed to inspect in our Metaverse Gallery. So we have a timeline. We understand that time is very tight for us because we have the demo day on 31st of March, but then we are very, we have confidence to finish it before that and to present everything on demo day. And here is the AR Galaxy team. We have our Christina just got on board, and we are very confident to accomplish this. And final words is that if you think you have a vision and you want to accomplish this vision with our Galaxy pioneers, welcome to our Galaxy.
Perfect. Thank you very much. As has been said in the comments, this is definitely something that a lot of people in the community are looking to navigate through. Is there like a Discord or email that people can reach you at if they want to contribute or get be a part of the community?
Yes.
Okay, you can throw it in the comments or something so everybody can grab it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you very much. Okay, and we're gonna have our last presenter, JB, and then after that we'll do our mingle session where we'll come into the back there and we can have a chat. So JB, if you can come up to one of the mics, and she's gonna be presenting a Web3 crowdfunding application called Contributor Town. Yep, if you could just come up to one of the mics beside me here. Oh, 1 second, guys. We're just having a small technical issue. Perfect. And if you could just slide a little bit more onto the tile, the orange one. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, now your audio and everything is shared, and you can just share your screen.
Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
All right, awesome. Let's get into it then. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep, I see the slides now.
Okay, awesome. Cool. So I'm gonna, in this presentation, go over a bit about me, a bit about the organization I founded, Contributor Town, and a bit about a cross-DAO collaboration we're doing AI and profit sharing communities. So about me, I've been in crypto and AI for the last 7 years, probably a decade in developer community building. I'm really excited about this iteration of blockchain technology. The thing I'm most excited about is DAOs and their potential to change how we work and unlock people's potentials. And that's why I founded Contributor Town, to empower the next billion contributors to DAOs. Wow. All right, let's see. Okay, cool. I think, sorry, I had a Java update decide to join us.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. So that's what we're doing. The problem we're trying to solve is that high quality contributors can't find and manage the best opportunities, and DAOs can't find and coordinate the best talent. Something we're weary of is that we don't necessarily want a new LinkedIn. I don't know anyone who likes LinkedIn. So we're trying to be very conscious about being specifically contributor aligned. We're called Contributor Town for a reason. And I'm emphasizing this because that's why we ended up wanting to use profit sharing communities. So I'll just go through what exactly we're doing, and then I'm going to go into how our Weave and profit sharing communities and AI fits in. So we're a two-sided platform. We allow contributors to apply to personalized opportunities based on on-chain and community curated data. I'm emphasizing the community curated data because that's where our Weave comes in. We allow contributors to manage their business and recruit and manage their super team. Or basically, we believe that the future of work is these small teams of like really highly talented people with complementary skills that compound together. And then the DAO side is vetting talent using projects, hiring full teams, not contributors, and gaining insight on contributor behavior and opinions. So we came across this problem where we want contributors to contribute really good data about their work experiences, like the teams they worked with, how empowered they felt working there, is there actually mobility at this DAO, like all these things that, along with on-chain data, we have an unprecedented look into who we work for if we take hold of it and share this data together. But we don't want to be like a data silo, like a Web2 company. So we started thinking about like, what if, the employees owned LinkedIn, and every time someone was like doing a LinkedIn search and looking at their data, they would get paid. And so we decided to do profit sharing communities for AI, and found like a lot of interest in the AI space in trying to do this. There were two things that unlocked this for us. SmartWeave's lazy evaluation lets us use AI models and contracts, which is pretty unheard of for the blockchain. And then profit sharing communities let us compensate contributors when these models run. So every time our model gets run, we can pay people who contributed either data or code to that model. And that's really exciting to us because it aligns incentives with the folks who are contributing data and actually pays them when they contribute instead of just using them, basically. So we put together this cross-DAO collaboration, Contributor Town, Algovera, Acorn, and Athena. We all have different use cases for this technology, but desperately need it. We desperately need a way to incentivize creators and data providers to AI models differently and to make it more equitable and aligned. And so these are the steps of our project. We're developing a framework for how data and code is compensated. We need to figure out, like, if you contribute a few lines of data, how much do you get paid versus if you make our model architecture more performant, how do you get paid? So we're figuring that out, and then we're coding a public good that makes it easy to use JavaScript AI models with SmartWeave. Then we're making an AI model as a group and getting it running in SmartWeave, and then we're creating a profit sharing community for the AI model using the framework we developed in step one. And then we're deploying it, and we want people to run it and to see how AI profit sharing communities run in practice with AI. So this is how you can get involved. On the Contributor Town side, if you're an aspiring contributor or a DAO, we have an email for that. If you want to give us money, we have an email for that. And then if you want to collaborate on the AI side or just interested in profit sharing communities as they function in AI, the Algovera Discord is where we've been meeting and creating this framework, and it should be open sourced when we do it in the next month or two. So we can try to post that in the Arweave Discord as well. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, JB. We have a lot of projects looking for community growth and development, so really cool to see. Okay, guys, that wraps everything up. We're going to head down into the audience now, and if you guys have any questions for any of the founders, feel free to ask, and we'll see you down there. See you guys.